Alright, good morning. This is part one of a video blog or video documentary we'll be doing on our progress while recording this project. We'll be recording this project here in Gallatin, Tennessee for the most part, in my basement here in my home on the lake. We'll be using gear such as Pro Tools. We got Digimax, FX, mic pre's. As needed, we might rent some API mic pre's. We have 80K mics. We might rent AKG 414 or Newman or something like that. So just whatever we need as needed. If we don't feel we're getting the sound we need, we'll rent what we need. But the biggest thing that we wanted to start doing was just preparing the basement, preparing the room for recording. And the thing that I've learned over the years, as well as Bill, and we both recorded on some level for quite some time now, is the importance of soundproofing. For example, years ago we were recording in Hermitage, Tennessee, which is basically metropolitan Nashville. And we were trying to record, and there were jets flying over, and there were dogs barking, and it was just a nightmare. So the biggest thing we want to do is soundproof the room first, because, for example, I have a neighbor next door that works third shift. Sometimes him and his wife sleep up to like 9 o'clock at night. You don't want them to hear drums being recorded. You don't want them to hear music cranking out of the control room and then having them call the cops. Of course, you don't want any unwanted sound coming into the house, too. So what we got today is we've got a double-paned window already in this wall, and we're going to install another one behind it, leaving a space in between. And then we're going to caulk around it real good, and that should keep any unwanted sound from going out or coming in. Now, a little bit about the walls. Behind this paneling, there is a space. I think there's one behind here in which the paneling is nailed to. But behind that, there's blocked concrete wall. And so that is actually a good thing. We will go outside later on and we'll check the decibels that are coming out of the wall here and see if we need to do anything to soundproof this wall. The wall to my left, which you can't see on this camera, obviously on the video, but it's all block wall too, and it's underground, so we're good there. Later on we might have to build like an 8x8 isolation booth in here for recording. We'll just see how that goes. But again, today we're going to be installing this window. Just kind of wanted to video blog it here, kind of let everybody see our progress, see where we're going. Soundproofing and preparing the home for recording is probably one of the most important things you could do that I've learned anyway. And so that is exactly what we're going to do. I've never recorded here. Matter of fact, I haven't recorded in many years, so this started to be an interesting experience. If my calculations are correct, this window should just set right in here, into this space. Yep. We're going to knock it in just to the edge. Remember, we want to keep a space between this and the next window. Remember, what stops sound is bulk. You see all these guys, I've seen a few here recently, they use foam to try to stop sound. Well, foam just deadens the sound. Bulk, like fiberboard and drywall, stops sound, or space. For example, if something happens 10 miles away, you're most likely not to hear it, depending on how loud it is. So we keep a space between the windows so any sound that makes it to the first window stays trapped. It's kind of the same concept if you're building a control room and you got one window and then you got another window that's kind of slanted to deflect the sound up or down, but also to trap the sound in between there to let it not get out. Nice thing about putting this window in is I could take it out later on if I ever move from here. I mean, barring it's so tight, I might put a screw or something inside of it, but it won't be, and I'll caulk around it, but it'll be clear caulking, so I'll just pull the window out if I ever move. Alright, what we have here then again, now that we got it in, is we got two double pane windows in here. So actually that's 4, you know, total. And so you got the one here, and we'll close it. And then, don't guess it matters about the screen. And this one. And there you go. A little trick I learned, and it's not really important in here necessarily. It would be important if you're putting a window between a recording room and a control room. But I'm slanting the window downward, so any sound that would hit the glass will be deflected back down into the carpet and be soaked up there. Very important a lot of times, especially in a control room when you're designing it. At least that's what I've learned according to my research. Alright, like I said, caulking, from what I understand through my research, very important. Alright, what we're going to do is a sound test. I've finished the window. We're going to play a drum track here. We're going to turn it up louder than it will ever be turned up here in this home. And then we're going to listen to it in here. Of course, this is a cheap mic, whatever's on this camera, so, you know, whatever on the quality. Then we're going to walk outside and we're going to listen to it in some different locations and see how it sounds and see if we've achieved what we wanted to achieve. So, here we go. Louder than it will ever need to be in this house. Here we go. Okay, here's the window, both of them. I can hear it a little bit here, so if the neighbor lived this close, it'd definitely be maybe a problem. I don't know, you can't really hear it too much. So let's walk over here in my driveway and then over to the neighbor's house to see, you know, what the sound's going to be like. Okay, here we go. Here we are in my driveway. There's the window over there. Here I can just barely make the sound out. Barely. I mean, it's not enough to bother anybody here. Of course, anything that's recorded in that room will be in an isolation booth. I'm just worried about the control room and neighbors hearing the monitors. Okay, there's the window over there. There's the house. We're over in the yard right at my property line and the neighbor's property line, and I can't really hear it, so I think we've achieved what we wanted to achieve. We're keeping stuff out, unwanted sound from coming in, and we're keeping sound from coming out. Now let's walk back into the control room and you'll see the difference. Here we go. Like I said, this is turned up louder than it will ever be turned up down here, so should never be a problem, especially if you're recording late at night. Of course, my daughter just opened the back door and you can hear it now. And that's louder than it will ever be in this room. So here concludes our test. A lot to do to this room yet, obviously, to get it prepared. A lot of soundproofing, a lot of deadening. It's a real live room for some reason. So we'll just see what happens.